Hey everybody, it's that time again. I'm back in England and we're ready to start. So grab yourself a cold snack and get yourself some chips and let's have a closer look at this thing. Boy, is it ugly. So let's have a look around. I know very little about the history of this tractor other than that it came from a sugar beet factory in France. It's had on it some kind of a crane that was bolted on. It's got about 8,000 hours on it. The original reason I bought it was because of these. And those are correct for the 175. So I saw this for sale and I thought, well, if it's the right price I can either take the wheels off it, put those on the 175, get another set for these and sell it on, or I can part it out or whatever. Anyway, that was the plan. But I got it here. Well, I went to look at it at Sheffrin's at the auctions and I thought, well, hopefully nobody will bid on this, and they didn't. So I put in a bit of a cheeky bid on the unsold items, and next thing you know, I'm the owner of this 1080. Yeah, it is ugly. Somebody at some point in the past has loaded up the ugly cannon and given this a faceful. But when you start to look beyond it, it starts to get a bit more interesting. That cab is going to go. That was an aftermarket thing, French market. It's had something dropped on it in the past. There's some scrap metal there. It doesn't really have any other value. Again, that subframe there, it's bolted on there. It's bolted on under the trumpets and around where the lift arms should be. Drop that off. It's got 15.3s and it should have 16.9s on it. I'll get a set of 16.9s, and when that's done I think it will start to look a little bit, I think you'll start to see for the number of hours on it, it's actually not as bad as it looks. It's just over, well actually it's nearly 9,000 hours it's got on it. It's interesting because it's built in France, but it's got US spec flat top mudguards, or fenders, call them what you want, which is interesting. So I shall keep those. I like those. I think it'll look quite well on those. Again, whatever it was landed on there, also landed on there, and again, nothing we can't fix there. I cannot for the life of me find a battery box lid for it, but again, it's not going to be that hard to make one. None to be had in England because these tractors weren't very common here in the UK. I can't find one in the US either. Shares a battery box lid with most of the 1000 series, so the 1100, 1135, they all have the same lid, but can't find one anywhere, not even over there. It's the same, there's supposed to be two in here, grab handles with the headlights. Can't find those anywhere. But so if anyone has brought an 1100 or an 1135 over to the UK and put European spec mudguards on there and wants to get rid of them, let me know, because I will pay cash for them. Anyway, what else do we know about this thing? Yeah, damaged in shipping on the way to the auction ground, which is a pain because those things, again, they're plastic. On the 1100s and the bigger ones, they're all pressed out steel. This one is plastic, so that'll be being repaired with fiberglass. But the front grill's straight. Everything about it is kind of straight apart from that. I got no idea whether it's a runner or not. So you need to watch out for Lord Muck over the next few days. Hopefully he is going to do a will it start video on it, which should be interesting, because again, I know the engine's free, it turns, so yeah, let's keep an eye on that, because that could be an interesting one. Yeah, so let's have a look up, get up top and have a look. Oh, the other thing I was going to mention, those light brackets, same part number for both sides. Again, damaged in shipping, which is a pain, but I was going to see if I could maybe take that one off, make a mould up, melt down some pistons, and maybe cast out a new one. That'd be interesting. Let's see what we can do. And then we'll have one on both sides. So this is a quite a nice driving position actually on this. Flat, a real genuine flat floor. The fuel filler cap is underneath that strap there. But you look at the dashboard, it's all the dials are present and well, a bit faded, but the dashboard is reasonable condition. It's got multi-powers, all of these did. Seat cushions, you can get reproduction ones, not a big deal. So we've got all the usual position control and draft control on there, and it's also got pressure control. 2 spools, factory option, and gear change up there on the dash. Steering wheel should be adjustable, and it looks like it still is, so that should go in and out. And there's another lever for to adjust the steering wheel height and angle, which I haven't found yet, but there is one. Hand throttle on the dashboard there. Seat squeaks. Yeah, could be a bit claustrophobic in here if I left this particular piece of ugly on here, but I'm not going to. But yeah, for 1969, this is 1969, this one, tractor, it's quite interesting because it's, well, they never sold very well in Europe because they were a small tractor that looked like a big tractor. I mean, it's a lovely position to drive, but they were, yeah, they just didn't deliver. Like, and the difference between this and an 1100, which has got a 6354 in it, why would you buy this when you could buy an 1100? Anyway, that's another story. We'll talk about that one later too. So yeah, interesting driving position. It's very much American, although it's a French-made thing. Let's have a look at the. Let's have a look what powers it. So this is a Perkins A4 318, which is the main reason why I've never had one of these before. I've had several 595s over the years, and this is the, if you like, the ancestor of the 595. Yeah, they were not the finest hour of Perkins engines. They were prone to head problems, overheating problems, the middle 2 liners lifting, they burn out between cylinders 2 and 3. They were, but having said that, some of them lived to a ripe old age. I've got, again, no idea what the condition of this one is. And again, I'm not that worried because you can do a lot with them. The block is virtually identical to the A4 300, which quite a few around in old scrap combines, like, or not scrap combines because Cow Farmer Dan's still driving one. But that's got fundamentally the same block. This is a longer stroke version of that engine. So again, nothing really to worry about there. The tin work, yes, has been dropped, but that's not the end of the world. I could straighten it. Battery cover, I could straighten that. Nose, I can rebuild that with grass. Yeah, there's nothing really that worries me on this. From here back, it's 165. So again, not a lot to worry about there. Yeah, it's got no lift arms on it. Yeah, again, not really worried. Bit of ugliness here. That is not really decided what I'm going to do there yet, because oh yeah, one thing is that the final drive epicyclic units are much bigger on this than they are on the 165, but same dry brakes, or 9-inch instead of the 7-inch, but yeah, everything else is pretty much identical. This has got 2 hydraulic pumps because it's got multi-power and it's got the 2 spools. Yeah, nothing there that really worries me. Oh yeah, I bought that to go behind the 165, but unfortunately it's been so dry here. We've had no regrowth after the first cut of silage. It hasn't rained actually since April here, so we didn't make hay this year, so that's just sat there, and I'll tidy that up at the same time as I start to work on this. So anyway, just before I came back to England, I put an order into our good friends at Agriline, whatever they call themselves, Agriline. These things, there's very few about. Even in scrapyards, there's very few about. This has got no linkage, so I ordered myself a set of 698 linkage, which will fit, and I know somebody out there is going to tell me, oh, the levelling box is wrong. Yes, I know the handle for the levelling box, the adjusting handle should be there, not up there, but I can make it fit, it's not the end of the world. Silencer, again, muffler off 698. It's roughly the right shape. It's too tall. This here need a bit of adjustment, but again, not worried. Lift arms. There's some bits there that I picked up from Wenger's in Pennsylvania, that made an interesting conversation with the customs people, I can tell you. Anyway, so I shall get these on, and over the next week or two we will scrape some of the ugly off this and see if we can make something a little bit more presentable. And big problem is, though, I've still got trouble with my shoulder. I can't really do any work. I'm having an MRI scan, see if they're going to need to operate. It's a rotator cuff injury, if anyone actually is interested or still watching. I'll having an MRI scan tomorrow to see if there's anything they can do with that. But meantime, watch out for Lord Muck. Hopefully Kim too will come over and do a willet start on this while I watch. Yeah, we'll get rid of some ugly, we'll put those lift arms on, I'll get some new tyres for it, and we'll just see where it takes us. As I said, I'd never intended to keep this thing. It was either going to be parted out or sold on, but it's kind of grown on me. Yeah, it has. It's grown on me. It's not going anywhere now. So yeah, watch out for that too. But in the meantime, hopefully, shoulder permitting, I will be off baling anytime soon. So there'll be a couple of baling videos for anyone who's interested. There will also be the long promised look round my tier 2 6465, and I will explain to you exactly why I'm never going to part with that tractor. I actually think it is probably one of the best things that Massey has ever made. Anyway, yeah, plenty of stuff in the pipeline. So thanks for watching, and see you soon. Bye.